So, when I was at a Catholic college in New Hampshire, Magdalen College, which had a different administrator back in the day, I was 20 and I was there for 1 month due to the fact that they were starving me and depriving me of sleep. And and the reason they were so punishing of me is because I was 5 minutes late to dinner. So their policy was if you are 5 minutes late to dinner, then you have to sit there and watch everybody else eat, and you will not be allowed a meal. And so all these other students were going up for seconds and thirds, and I hadn't had even one meal. I think I was permitted dessert, which is insufficient for nutrition. And this happened quite often, and the reason this happened quite often to me was because I was in prayer. I was praying in the chapel. So I was being punished with starvation for praying in the chapel. This is a Catholic school that did this to me. And I was 20 and I went down to 95 pounds. So I also was sleep deprived. They wouldn't allow me to take a nap. They wouldn't allow me to take naps. So, of course, I'm going to be tired if I'm being starved. At any rate, 20-year-olds often need naps anyways, or to catch up on sleep somehow. And so their biological clocks are constantly readjusting from childhood to adulthood, young adulthood, and then back again. I wasn't allowed sleep. But anyhow, I left after 1 month, and then I stayed with intermittently stayed with friends at another college in Massachusetts, and in the process tried to get myself into college so that I'm among my peers instead of just paying my father rent to sleep on his little love seat. Actually, I think he had made given me my own bedroom at the time downstairs from him. But at another address, I was paying him $75 a week just to sleep on a love seat, all crunched up, while he took the sofa, all stretched out, to watch television in the living room. And then he would go to bed and he'd sleep in his king size mattress in his bedroom while I stayed asleep on the love seat, all crunched up. And I was lucky to have a dozen eggs available to me in his refrigerator, but that was it. So he was not using any of the money that I gave him to go food shopping, and far be it for me to go get myself a $12 sweater to stay warm. And his aunt-in-law, his aunt by marriage, my grandaunt, tyrannically gave me heat for getting a $12 sweater for myself. At one point, I think that's when I was renting from him, uh, in a different town, though, because in that in that in that town that I had before lived in, I hadn't yet had a job, so I wasn't paying him rent, and grand aunt gave me hell just for getting myself a $12 sweater and said that the measly $12 I had to my name should have gone to my father, who wasn't doing any grocery shopping for the household, and he was eating all of his meals at restaurants while you know. So I was at that intermittent stage between two colleges and living with my father part time, um, and supposed to be living there full time, but was trying to get myself in among my peers in in a new state college. So anyways, at one point I almost slept between two buildings for shelter in the winter, uh, because my peers were turning me out, and and I had nowhere to go. So I don't remember exactly what I did at the time. Anyway, that's how life went for me when I was 20. Yeah.